Hey guys, welcome to video 2, episode 2 of how to harvest snap peas. So it's been quite a bit of time. I think it's been over 4 weeks since that first video where I showed you how my sugar magnolia snap peas were fully ripe, and I had decided to save the rest of the pods for seed saving. So I clipped this particular plant. I think there were 6 of them in a trellis like this one. This one I just pulled the trellis right off after I clipped the base of the plant, and you can see the pods are still on here. Give you a closer look. And then I allowed them to dry in my breezeway so they could get nice and desiccated. You always want to save seeds from plants whose seed pods or seed flowers, so they could get nice and desiccated. You always want to save your seeds from pods or fruits that have been fully matured, and in this case, fully dried. So interestingly, these are both, all of these plants were sugared magnolia snap peas, but you can see there were some different colors in the way they dried. That was just because I think one of these plants went to seed and kind of dried faster than the others, but they're all very, very dry and brittle. I've taken the pods off of this set of plants that was in the west side of my backyard. So that's complete. And now I'm going to show you a little bit of how I did that on this plant that was in the side of my yard. On the, this was on the east side, and this was on the west side. So these were planted apart just because I wanted to test where they would grow best and how. One was in a raised bed, one was in a container. You can see I'm just clipping off the pods here with my clippers. I could do it with my hands, but it's a little easier with the clippers. Now this particular pod is really flexible still. You can see I can bend it back and forth. That's not one I'm gonna save for seed. The seeds are really kind of tiny and small, and it's not done drying yet. So that's not my ideal pod. My ideal pod is one where the seeds are nice and mature and the pod just, it's super dry and they crack open. So these are what the seeds look like inside. Some people say you know it's ready when you can crack it with a hammer. They just explode. So I got a hammer. Let's see. Yep. They just split right open and empty their seeds out. And the seeds are fully intact. They have this cute little dent in them. These are a little greenish, but they're not at all wet or moist or flexible. They're absolutely hard. So I'm gonna keep taking these off here like you would do if you have some peas that are ready. There are also some things that are ready now, like flowers, and I have another video on that I want to show you. Peas are one of the easiest varieties of plants you can save seed from because they are completely self-pollinating. Some books advise that you plant pea varieties about 50 feet apart or in between a barrier like I did. You know, mine were probably 100 feet apart, but that totally ensures that no cross-pollination would happen, but it's probably not likely. The pods are really easy to harvest. The seeds are really big and easy to see. All you have to do is be patient enough to let them dry on their vine, then let them further dry in a cool location, cool, dry location with some airflow. And that was, I dried mine in my breezeway. I think I showed you that last video. So this second step, when you're harvesting them, when you're clipping them off the vine, you want to be careful to save the best seed pods. And like I'm doing, I'm putting aside the ones that are flexible, they don't have that many peas in it, or the peas feel small and immature. And I'm not going to put those in my saved seeds collection. But the rest of them, I am gonna save. And these will further dry out. I'm gonna put them in like a mason jar and put a desiccant packet or two in with them so that they can continue to dry. I could take them out of the pods right now, like I was doing with the others, and I might, but just so that they keep drying, they're together and labeled in the same place is my goal for today. Plus, I wanted to get this video out for you because you all might be at that same stage where you're starting to collect seeds from your spring plantings, like, oh, I don't know, these peas, nasturtiums, if you had some of those, calendula. There's some flower species you could save right now because they're probably going to seed. That's about all that I'm gonna take off of here that look good. Maybe this last one. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and further kind of process these a little bit, put them in a jar, put them in desiccant in it, and label them. So let me get that stuff. This is going into the compost. Okay, I'm back. So I got this mason jar that I had with a little lid that has a lot of, there's like a mesh opening or a like perforated opening so the air can get through that. You could also just put them in a simple paper bag. That's gonna let air go through, but this one's gonna protect from any insects or pests that might be stored where it's going to be stored in my garage. So I'm going to put it in this glass container. I'm going to also add a couple of dry desiccant packs. I love this one that's made of dry clay, but you also can find these desiccants that are made from I think some kind of desiccant beads. They're made of silica gel. I'm going to put both of them in there, put my seeds in there. I'm looking around because I need my pen. Just like that. And finally, I'm going to give them a label. I know these are sugar magnolia, snap peas. I harvested them July 28th, 2021. They were open pollinated. Here in Napa by me. What else do I know about them? The original seed source was a friend of mine, Jay Berg, who is the farmer at Hope Acre Farm. So I'm going to put original seed source. Jay Bird, Hope Acre Farm. Now I might go back and look at my planting notes in my garden journal and add some more information that let me know where these were planted and how well they grew. I felt like they both grew fantastic in both places. But that could be just information for me. As far as saving seeds and sharing them, I'm gonna just put this information here, what they are, when I harvested them. They're open pollinated and they were grown here in Napa, California. And the original seed source was Jay Bird from Hope Acre Farm. Well, I hope you like this video. I hope you're having fun saving seeds in your area. And let me know in the comments what seeds you're saving now in July. This is my first attempt in growing and saving snap peas. So I'm really pleased with the result. Thanks. See you next time.